Today, I'm going to show you how to make a very easy and simple chicken Parmesan recipe. This recipe is absolutely delicious. You can actually customize your own ingredients. I'm going to use what we like, but you can absolutely use what you like for this recipe. It's very simple. Anyone can follow these instructions. So let's get to it. Now here's where everything starts coming together. I have a nice little assembly line here just to make it easier on myself because there is several steps you're gonna have to follow. So yeah, I went ahead and got myself set up, and I'm just about to bring all this together and bring it to life. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the seasonings. We have Parmesan cheese, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, kosher salt, Italian seasoning, and panko breadcrumbs. This is the plain panko breadcrumbs. You can use the Italian seasoned if you like, but I just have plain. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the panko breadcrumbs into the bowl right here because I'm gonna be dipping my chicken cutlets into this panko, okay? So I'm gonna just add enough there. I'm kind of like eyeballing it. There's no right or wrong amount to use, so I just poured some in there to start with. If I need more later, I'll just add a little more. So that's about the amount that I'm starting off with. And I have about 6 chicken breasts that we're going to be using today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to take the grated Parmesan cheese and I'm going to add this cheese to the breadcrumbs. This is a new bottle, so it's coming out a little slow. So let me open a large part so I could get it on out of there. Okay, there we go. I don't measure, guys. I just eyeball everything. So you can use as much grated Parmesan cheese as you like. I'm starting out with this amount, and that's good enough for me right there. Next up, we're adding in some onion powder. Next, we're adding some garlic powder. You want to add some black pepper. You want to go in with a little kosher salt. I'm going to just put it in my hand. That's good right there. Next, some Italian seasoning. Season it up, stir it up, and you're done. Now it's time to season up those chicken breasts, y'all. I got the thinnest chicken breast I could find. Why? Because we are not standing in this kitchen for hours cooking food today, okay? Absolutely not. So we're gonna go ahead and season up this chicken. Now I'm using the same exact seasonings that I used to season up the panko breadcrumbs. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. We're just gonna go in with the same exact seasonings, and then we're gonna proceed with the next step. Now, if your chicken breasts are as thin as mine, be careful with your seasoning. You do not want to go in heavy, okay? You do not want your meat too salty or overly seasoned. You want to be able to taste it, but you don't want to go overboard, okay? So just go in light with your seasonings. As you can see, I am using gloves to keep everything clean and avoid any cross contamination. I did use my seasoning bottles with my gloves, so I will go back and wipe those down to keep everything sanitary as well. Just remember, whatever rag you're using, to toss it in the washer before reusing it, just to make sure you're keeping everything sanitary. Now it's time to bring this whole dish to life. So I'm pretty much going to start with the meat. As you can see, nicely seasoned. You're going to dip that in the flour. Make sure it's fully coated on both sides. Next, you're going to dip it into the egg wash. Make sure it's fully coated with that egg. Then you're going in to the panko. Make sure it's nicely packed onto the meat because this is going to be your crust. Flip it on both sides, make sure it's fully coated. And that's how it should look. Just like that. You're going to put it to the side. And then you're just going to repeat the steps on all of your chicken. Repeat the same exact steps. You want to let this sit for about 10 minutes. Now it's time to start frying the meat. I let my frying pan heat on medium heat for just a few minutes. I want to make sure that there's a light sizzle and make sure that the oil is not too hot, because if there's no sizzle, the oil is not hot enough. If there's too much of a sizzle and smoke, that means that your coating is most likely going to burn. So if there's a light sizzle, it's just right. And as you saw just a few moments ago, it was a light sizzle, so the heat is perfect. Now the reason why we let that coating sit for 10 minutes after breading the chicken is because you really want that coating to stick to the chicken so that when you fry it, it's not falling apart and you get that crispy crust. I can admit a lot of people will skip that resting stage, but that's exactly why breading be sliding off into the pan and looking like it don't belong there, okay? You gotta let it rest, y'all, let it rest. Now once you start seeing that golden brown color coming through like that, you know that's your sign to flip it. It's time to be flipped. Look at it like this. You just letting the chicken tell you when it's ready, okay? And if it's cooking too fast, again, just lower that heat. Heat levels are going to vary from stove to stove, so my pan thickness won't be the same as your pan thickness. So, and your chicken thickness is not going to be the same as mine right here. So time alone can mess people up, but color, texture, always reliable. Okay, now the chicken is done. I have it sitting on a cookie sheet. So we're going to start the sauce now. So I like to use a combination of regular pasta sauce and crushed tomatoes. That way I can still get the thickness from the tomatoes, but still keep that pasta sauce flavor. So I'm going to go in with the same ingredients I used as well. Again, this is a simple recipe. We're not doing the most, y'all. The only thing different we're doing is adding a little sugar to this sauce because we need that sugar to cut through the bitterness of the tomatoes. Now we're at the last step, y'all. It's time to start layering our sauce and cheese. We have some parsley flakes here to give it a little color at the end. We also have some shredded Parmesan cheese. We have shredded mozzarella cheese. And we also have some grated Parmesan cheese, of course. Now I'm going in and adding my sauce right to the top of each piece of chicken. So I like to keep mine nice and neat, just a good little layer over each one. Then I'm going to top it off with the cheeses. Now, the parsley is just for decor, make it look nice and pretty. Now, I would say I could have used a little more sauce on mine, but honestly, this part is up to you. Some people like it saucy, some people don't. There's really no right or wrong amount to use, just do what you like. Once I add my sauce and cheese, I'm going to put it back into the oven at 375 degrees. Now you're looking at about maybe 15 to 20 minutes or just until the cheese is melted, bubbly, and the chicken is cooked fully through. So you don't want to over bake it. If your chicken is on a thicker side, just add a few extra minutes. Just keep an eye on it so the cheese don't burn. And there you have it, guys. Our quick and easy chicken Parmesan. Absolutely delicious. Now I must say it took me only about 45 minutes to an hour to complete this recipe, so it was very easy, very simple, a few steps, but once you get the hang of it, you're gonna breeze right through it. Okay, this recipe was delicious. I made my pasta separately on the side, so I didn't show that part, but you can use any type of pasta you like. We use spaghetti, and any type of pasta will bring this meal together. So yeah, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this recipe smooth and simple and easy, step by step. And I hope you all take care, be blessed, and stay safe. Bye.